How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of
the son of Frankenstein.
This one is probably just as bad as his father.
Good morning, son.
Well, hello.
My son, you have inherited the fortune of the Frankensteins. I trust you will not inherit their fate.
By heaven, I think you're a worse fiend than your father.
What are you going to do about it? There's a monster afoot and you know it.
Well, we've warned you.
Merry Christmas, and you've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the holiday podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. Happy Yuletide, I'm Tom Lang.
Ho, ho, ho! And I'm Bill Evenson. I don't know. And you join us for minute 28. You join us for...
We're losing it for sure.
My, no joke, favorite minute so far of Son of Frankenstein, minute 28, starring Bela Lugosi and nothing else. This is fucking fantastic.
It's Lugosi's minute.
Welcome.
All the way.
Just go to your DVD, your Blu-ray, your streaming service, and just watch this minute. Starts at the 27:00 and it goes to 28:00. Well, you can stop, I guess, at about 27:55.
28:55, you mean?
No, minute 28 ends at 28:00.
You said 27:00.
I don't know what I said, but what I meant was 27:00 to 28:00 is this minute.
Right.
What you want to do is watch till 27:55, because the last 5 seconds I could do without.
Of this minute.
So
that's 28:55.
No, minute 28. Minute 1 starts with 0.
All right, fine. You're right. They cut me down.
Yep.
Threw me in here. Hanged you. I like Wolf's reaction because he's genuinely horrified at this. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah,
I really like it.
Rathbone is excellent in that close-up. Hanged you.
Yeah.
And it's like it's going in his head like, holy shit.
Yeah, this is fucked up.
This is fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no, he's great. And of course, having grown up in England and moved to America, you would be shocked by that.
Yes.
I hope.
What you mean in 1938?
Anytime, but yeah,
okay,
certainly
right.
1938.
When you say,
certainly,
what do you mean about England, and what do you mean?
I don't think it would not be a thing.
Oh, okay.
Someone being executed that way, I don't think.
In England in the
30s? I don't know, maybe. I'm always shocked to hear that somebody was hanged, but that's just me.
True. Like that someone was hanged in the place we work.
Yeah.
I can't remember which building, but it's the two. I've been down there a little bit the last couple of days, and
City Hall or Government Center.
Government Center.
Yeah.
Who cares? I think we talked about this once. It's supposedly haunted by the last guy that was hanged there.
Yeah.
There's a long pause. You can see me opening the script book, and you're like, oh no, here
it comes.
But there's just not that much that you can read from the script book because the script has been thrown away.
Pretty much.
So there's this long pause between hanged you and why did they hang you? And I've chosen this moment to quote Josephine.
Christmas present for you.
Little. That's right.
A little holiday gift from Frankenstein Minute.
No, how does that start?
'Twas the night before.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house. I got nothing. Not a creature was stirring except Ygor with his fucking
broken neck,
his horn. Josephine Hutchinson.
Well, you're not reading from the script, then. That's.
I'm not reading. Yeah. Oh, okay. We can, as long as I'm quoting Josephine Hutchinson, talking about the making of this film.
Quote her all day because she's actually pretty pithy about it.
Yeah, the usual stuff about how the production was going, and she says. I do remember that the director had a theory that dialogue learned at a moment's notice would be delivered more naturally. For actors like Basil and Pinky and myself, trained in theater technique, this is not true. Nevertheless, Mr. Lee did some rewriting on the set. We spent a lot of time in separate corners pounding new lines into our heads, which of course one can do, but it adds pressure. So I'm just saying that this is something that we've talked about, is how did this movie get made?
Yeah.
And did he really just hand them their lines on the day? She says
She says they did, and I've read that elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I sometimes the performances will bear that out, especially later on.
Yeah, I mean in a bad way.
In a bad way.
Because it's Roland V. Lee's contention, and mine in this scene in particular, and I'll mention it a couple times. It sounds more natural when people are like...
See, and I don't agree.
Oh.
Having
had to edit this podcast.
Yes, no.
To make me sound stupider.
Yes, it's my sole purpose of being here.
And I make it tough on you.
You do, I make it hard. No, having been an actor, a writer, and director,
okay,
I disagree with Roland V. Lee completely.
I guess
You can do some. You can do some of that, yes, but you should know the material and know what you're going to do with it. That you could find moments like this.
Okay.
If it was just handed to them before they said action, then kudos to Rathbone for doing an excellent job.
Yeah.
But like she said, theater trained or even not theater trained, just as an actor, I think, here you go, learn it, and then we're going to go. No, because I think you need to find these moments. You need to find what you're going to do with it. You need to find the character. I disagree. I don't think you get the best performance that way.
Okay. I think we're going to probably disagree here, but I will say that I don't disagree with you. I think both things are true. I think there are what you get is two different things. And what you get is a more naturalistic, I'd stand by what I already said about more natural sounding dialogue where people sound like people talk as opposed to just reciting
you can get
something.
that. Okay, watch Howard Hawks' The Thing.
That's always a good idea.
Well, in general, yes.
Yeah,
but as an example of people,
our advice to people listening to the podcast. If for some reason there are still people listening to the podcast.
Still there. Just watch The Thing. Any of them. All three of them.
Yeah. Oh, the new one is not bad?
I like it. I don't know why I don't know why it didn't do well and why it got bad reviews, because I think it perfectly leads into Carpenter's, and Carpenter's is a perfect film.
Oh, I didn't see it, so I'd forgotten that was a thing.
Yeah, it's like
happened.
a prequel.
Okay.
Yeah,
prequel. Okay.
Carpenter's The Thing is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's in my top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Barsky said it was his favorite movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
The Thing from Another World. Hawks, and I don't care what the credit says, Howard Hawks directed the film.
The credits and don't say Howard Hawks on it?
Well, he
It's
was
also,
a producer.
Also, is it called The Thing, or is it called
The Thing from Another World?
Okay.
No, it's credited to Christian Nyby, who was his editor.
Oh.
And the theory is that he wanted to get Nyby his Directors Guild card. So.
Okay.
But watch the film, and it's got Howard Hawks all over it. The overlapping dialogue, the camaraderie, the joking between these people, the strong female character.
Your overlapping dialogue. Sure, you can't do that as well.
So those
scenes like that are going to fall apart if people don't know their lines.
Right, and it seems very natural in that
Do you
film.
know what you're about to say, though? I mean, you know what I mean?
No,
it's more
it
natural
depends.
if you think of it as you're saying it. Like, I'm the most natural guy there is because I have no idea what I'm going to say ever.
And that's pretty evident the last 3 years.
That's what people who listen to the podcast know.
Oh, believe me, having to edit these and take out the pauses and the ums and ers and stammering.
And the crying. And I can't do it anymore.
No one knows this better than I do.
I think the last episode, you just cut in all the parts where I'm crying and you're consoling me. Like, no, it's fine. It's
20 minutes.
Talk about Bela Lugosi for 25 minutes.
I got it. It's all right. There's an argument to be made
and the parts
for
where
both.
you're hitting me.
Well,
so that would be
kind
kind of weird.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't want that to get out there.
Okay, never
That'll
mind.
end up
Cut
in
this part.
the class action suit.
Class action. Boy, you've been hitting a lot of podcasters.
Oh, you have no idea. I'm trying to hit more.
Hey, I'm a podcast listener.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's an argument to be made on both sides.
Oh, good.
I think, but I think you need to know your material before then you can extemporize on it.
Everybody understands what's going on and where they're trying to get to. And so if they just learned the dialogue 20 minutes ago, I think it's a strength.
As a professional, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I think you can bring more to it if you are prepared.
Okay, so let's how about I'll concede that point and say then the tyrannical Roland V. Lee insisted on doing it this way, and look how great it turned out because these professionals, including and especially Bela Lugosi,
I'm not arguing that at all.
They
do it.
They blow the roof off the place. Hey!
Thank you. Here all week. Merry Christmas,
if only
everybody.
there had been a roof on the place, they would have blown it off.
Blown it off. Anyway,
Follow us on Patreon.
Are we done? Oh, why did they hang you?
Right.
Because I stole underwear from girls' gym.
Yep.
They said. No, it's because he stole
picturing
bodies.
what the underwear looked like in Ingolstadt in
I don't even
1939.
want to know.
It was like
just ask Anne Darling.
What? Who's that?
Ask her about her. The shepherdess. What was that? Wasn't that her name?
Oh, okay, so she's in her underwear? Oh, God, that's right. Okay, now I get it. It took me an hour and a half.
Wow. Yeah, you really edited out a lot of pauses there.
We watched Bride of Frankenstein.
I had to show him where it was. And
the shepherd. There's a shepherd. What are you talking about?
for those who didn't listen back then, well, go back and listen. But
Yeah, sure.
the actress that played the shepherdess in Bride of Frankenstein that gets frightened by the monster and falls into the pond
Tells a very sad,
very
inappropriate
shocking
story.
story of James Whale yelling at her to take off her underwear because it was black or something, and put on white instead because that's what the character would have worn or something to that effect, but dressed her down literally and figuratively in front of the whole crew.
Yeah.
Devastating to this poor girl. Just unconscionable behavior.
Thanks for bringing that up. It's happy holidays.
Yes, enjoy.
It's our Christmas. It's our Christmas episode.
Christmas special. Well, later on we're going to trot out.
Did James Whale rape anybody you want to talk about? Or
actually, I was just watching last night.
Oh no!
No, this isn't. This isn't. The Mystery of Edwin Drood came out on Blu-ray just a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And the gentleman doing the commentary had interviewed David Manners, who was in it, and gives one of his best performances, I believe. But
I don't complain about David Manners at all.
No, I think he's a little stiff in Dracula, but other than that, I find him just fine. But everybody's a little stiff in Dracula. It's kind of a thing. It's a Dracula thing. But he said he talked to him 3 times, and he was at the actors' residence we talked about in Glendale, wherever it was. Went there 3 times. First time he brought a bunch of paraphernalia, photos and videos and things, and Manners was just not interested at all. Didn't want to talk about it. Does not want to talk about Dracula in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Hated it. Hated the experience. Hated Todd Browning. Didn't want anything to do with this. Second time, he kind of cushioned it a little bit, got a little bit more out of him. Now that this man who's doing the commentary is openly gay. Third time, he brought a young man with him who he says was an actor in adult films. And he kind of tongue-in-cheek says it that way. And Manners, who was also gay, brightened up at this young boy being there. So he had primed this kid to ask these questions if he warms up to you. So he got a lot out of him the third time when he brought this adult film actor.
Sure.
And they asked about James Whale, and apparently he did, I'm crossing my fingers, he said, yeah, Jimmy and I were like this.
Oh.
Little tidbit for you.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even know David Manners was gay.
I knew that, but I did not know that he and James Whale were like this.
Yeah. Now you know.
Now you know. What was I talking? Oh, because I stole bodies. They said. So
the 2 times in this minute where Lugosi says, they said, are 2 of my favorite.
Oh, he's great. It's great.
Movie.
The delivery is outstanding.
It's outstanding.
Yeah, he's very funny. And what I find interesting is nothing is ever made of the fact, why did he steal these bodies? What did he do with these bodies? Did he steal them for somebody else?
Yeah.
It's never referenced. It's just, this is what he did.
Well, one thing. They said. One thing, I'm sure we'll make more of this over the coming years, but there's a point at which it seems like he says something that indicates that he may have known Henry.
Well, he says, you're Dr. Frankenstein, like your father.
Not here, but I think there's a later scene, and it's in Ghost, and I might be remembering it wrong, that makes it seem like he knew Henry.
So that's where I was going, is that he asks him if you're, and he's wrong, Henry wasn't a doctor, but nevertheless.
Yeah.
You Dr. Frankenstein, like your father. Yeah, it's like he had a hand in some of this early on.
So I do want to say, before we get too far past the actual line about the they said, when I have a playlist that I can put on that has the minutes we're going to talk about this week, and I had it on my headphones when I was doing something else. And in my head, I'm saying the dialogue kind of along with them, and that second they said is impossible to recreate. And this is, again, going back to what Hutchinson talked about Roland V. Lee saying about the way that they prepared for this was to just say, here's your lines, go! Because he actually says something like, because I stole bodies. They say, he actually even starts to say the wrong vowel or the wrong consonant at one point. He starts to say like he's going to say, so they said, like he's mumbling through it, like they said.
I don't think so. I think
just slightly.
I think he's acting. I don't think.
And it's fantastic. I'm not saying it's a Roland V. Lee's method impose this upon a guy and it's a fuck up or anything like that. It's all good, is what I'm saying.
Because Lugosi wasn't good at extemporizing.
Yeah,
or,
I suppose.
Anytime someone veered off the lines, he would have a problem with
Lou
it.
Costello and
Yeah. I mean, it's still buddies. They said.
I guess so. Even if we throw the part out about Lee giving them their lines on the day, the fact that he gives so much time to it is amazing to me. Like that we let that line take the amount of time that it takes.
The second
is
they
hilarious,
said?
Especially the second one, but even the first one.
Yeah.
They said it really goes on for quite. It's like 3 seconds or something.
It's why it's funny.
It's great.
The timing of it is.
It's
why
very
it's funny.
well done by Lugosi. Yeah.
What are you doing here?
They threw me in here.
Yeah.
They fucking, rather than bury him,
Threw me in here. Long
they
ago.
chucked him. So these people who are very superstitious and suspicious of the Frankenstein mythos took a dead body that they didn't want in the churchyard, holy place like churchyard.
Holy place like churchyard.
Churchyard. Can you just do the rest of the podcast from here on out as Ygor?
Sure. So he says,
you have been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute podcast, where handle or dissect Frankenstein films.
All right, next minute.
Minute by minute.
You're gonna be sorry.
Ygor!
You're gonna be sorry you asked for that because
I gotta put my hands up. I'm Ygor. Rather than bury him in holy place
like churchyard.
They chuck him in these superstitious people chuck him in the place where bodies come back to life.
The one place where,
The one place that we know that's happened in all of human history.
Yeah.
Sorry, twice if you believe in
Superman.
Superman, that's who I'm thinking of. For those that,
follow that.
Yeah,
yes.
that's...
So, Ygor is dead. And he's really amused by that. I think that's great. Yeah, that's outstanding. Yeah, he's just having a grand old time.
We get a lot of mileage out of these 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We know everything.
Yeah.
We haven't even finished talking about this minute yet. Lugosi didn't start speaking until last week.
Right.
And we got everything's all laid out.
This is where the movie
and
could start.
In a very entertaining way. So let me just maybe finish talking about Roland V. Lee's style of throwing the lines at them or whatever by saying no matter what method they used, it
worked.
These 2 minutes are perfect.
Yeah.
Wouldn't change a thing.
No.
Yet.
Yet. There's an odd cut after he laughs, and then there's a cut closer to him. He's like, "You, Dr. Frankenstein, like your father?"
Yeah.
So I don't know if something was cut there, but it's like he
Sure.
doesn't quite finish his laugh before it cuts to, it's a jarring edit.
Okay. And this movie's got like a half a dozen of those. I think we've talked about some
There's
before.
a few already, yeah.
The courtroom.
Yeah.
That one guy. No, or whatever it is.
Yeah, or fine thing, Inspector, that comes out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little odd sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that his deformity is caused by the villagers hanging him. Like Igor's got a beef, and we're gonna learn more about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, basically the rest of the film is his executing that beef.
We presume that he stole bodies.
They said,
but we assume he
that
really did.
they're correct. Yeah.
But the they said stuff is good fun and funny, but it also shows that he maybe I care too much about the Ygor character, but he's been wronged. He's been treated unfairly.
Yeah.
Can you believe all these things they've done to me? I mean, it's pretty bad what they've done to him.
Yeah, right.
First of all, is stealing bodies a hanging offense?
Capital offense.
Is that a capital offense? I don't know. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is in Frankenstein or wherever we are.
Yeah,
Goldstadt
right. At that time, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know what the punishment is now for that.
They are predisposed to that. They don't like that.
Well,
there's a history there.
Not without good reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they've earned the right to.
There's a history there.
To frown upon that.
Okay.
Yeah, we assume that he actually did, and we don't know. Was his right shoulder? Did he have that hump on it before he was hung, or is that an artifact of his being hung and thrown in there? We don't know.
They hanged me once. First, they beat shit out of me. Then broke my collarbone. You see this on this side too. Knocked on that one too.
Well, I can't mend a broken neck.
So I will say one deficiency in this part that makes it seem like maybe they threw the dialogue together last minute. You're a doctor, right? He says in this minute. And then he's going to basically say that again.
Say it again next.
But yeah, I can't mend a broken neck. Yeah. This is something that we know is people in his family, who, no matter what they get up to, they can't mend a broken neck. He even found a dead body that he was going to bring back to life in the first film.
But its neck's broke.
His neck's broken. It's useless.
This piece of shit out of here.
Yeah, you're useless to me.
Yeah, you're dead to me now.
you're literally dead to me.
Yeah, no one can mend Igor's neck. It's all right.
Yes.
Then we get the Bill's favorite moment in
the highlight of the film.
Yep.
Here's the thing about the knock. That's what it says here. I wrote this. Okay. Here's the thing about the knock. It's terrible, but it's a creepy idea. And I think this is the problem with Lee here. This is all his fault. Assuming that he's over Ted Kent's shoulder saying, no, that's staying in.
Yeah.
He's got a great idea, and it is a good idea.
Yeah,
I think
it's a funny idea. Yeah.
It's a funny idea. It's a creepy idea. It's a good character moment.
Yep.
And God damn it, it's going to stay in the film no matter how fucking stupid it is.
How badly
it looks
executed.
Terrible. It's badly executed. Lugosi does it poorly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he even actually makes contact with the appliance.
No, it doesn't look like it. And if he did, certainly not hard enough to make a sound.
To make it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
And the sound itself is,
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
You know what's funny about that? People will think you just cut in the sound from the movie. That's how close that was. You just knocked on the table.
Yeah, just knocked on the table.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. And
well, it's a good idea. It's just badly done.
Exactly. Thank you. And it's one of those things about, people say that about, now that I can't come up with a quote, it's going to be terrible, but, slaughtering your babies or whatever. When you go to put together the movie, no matter how much you're in love with it, no matter how much you love the scene where Roddy Piper and the other guy are doing a fight for 12 minutes in the alley.
Yeah.
If it doesn't serve the film, it's got to go.
Right. Yeah. Kill your babies.
Kill your babies. Is that all it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Roland V. Lee, at least in this case, should have killed this baby.
Should have killed his baby.
This scene should have been an abortion. It would have even worked, in my opinion, if they had just cut to Wolf and we heard it. The way it is now, it's just brutal.
He clearly doesn't make contact, and the knock itself is inappropriate. The sound effect is just inappropriate.
Yeah, doesn't sound like...
It doesn't sound like, there's any flesh in between.
Bone on bone.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not a... Yeah.
This is me hitting my knuckles, and that's more like what it would sound like.
There you go. Special edition.
Yep.
Tom's special edition.
Well, when I re-edit this film...
The 75-minute edition will still have the knock.
But it'll be
the sound effect...
Better sound effect.
And I will try to convince Tom to cut to Wolf's face as he looks on in horror when we hear the knock.
It's not out of the question.
Okay. Lugosi is fantastic. I am kind of interested to know if you think, is he just acting here better than ever, or is there something about this role that he's better suited to this type of role?
Exactly yes.
Now, you've said in the past that he plays good just character roles.
He plays these sort of roguish character parts excellently, and I think this is where he excels, and yes, so I think it's a little of both.
Okay.
He's just really, really good at these parts, and he just didn't get them enough.
Yeah.
Because of Dracula, his career took a different trajectory that I think is unfortunate, because he could have been a great character actor.
Yeah.
Just in character roles, not as this horror star.
Right.
And I think these are the parts that he's really good at. I think he's really good in a role like this, where let him have fun. He's having a ball. This had to have been the highlight of his career.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm glad you brought up the "he's so cute" quote, because it's so repeated.
Yeah.
But it's not. It doesn't make a lot of sense, really. The character isn't especially cute. There isn't anything especially cute about him.
I don't think he's traditionally cute, but I think it's...
Well, this movie is ostensibly a horror film, right? That's the genre we've assigned to it over the years.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really horrific in it, but I shouldn't say nothing. There are some horrific moments. But he's sort of a horror character. He's not,
he's a horror character.
And he's not played for laughs. I mean, he's not cute. He's a menacing, manipulative beast.
He is played for laughs.
Disgusting.
He is played for laughs. But that makes him even more. I think.
So is that what he means then?
Yeah.
Okay. Because here he gets great laughs.
He's funny. Yeah.
He does funny things in
He's funny
before the knock. I'm not talking about the knock, everybody.
He's funny and he knows it, which is unusual for a Lugosi role.
Right. Very true. You hardly see that in Bud Abbott Lou Costello.
Yeah. Yep.
Congratulations. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Have a Quasi Kwanzaa. What is it? It was a Krusty the Clown. He's like, Merry Christmas, a Quasi Kwanzaa, a solemn Ramadan, and I forget what else. But
well, Hanukkah, right?
Hanukkah, yeah.
He would probably start with that, I would think.
I don't remember what it is. I'll find it and try to throw it in here.
All right. Happy Hanukkah, probably.
Yeah.
Something like that. I hate that.
Anyway, we'll cut that out.
Happy, yeah. Well, that's not racist. Have you heard my Asian accent? All right. Follow us.
If we start quoting Amos and Andy, we're done.
Subscribe to us on YouTube so you always get a...
well, then you got to hit the bell. Speaking of... Wait
Wait a second.
Those Christmas bells can only mean one thing.
It's time once again for Bill's Bell Update, Holiday Edition.
We didn't do that last week, actually.
Okay, so I just want to apologize for last week.
There was no bell.
There was so many listeners that wrote in. We got so many letters. It was it's a
couple rocks thrown through the window here at Below Dead Studios.
Belong Dead Studios is completely destroyed. They blew the roof off the place. The sulfur pit is full of rocks.
Yeah, it looks like Lake Street last year.
It's terrible. But yes, this week I do have Bill's Bell Update ready, and here it is. No bell this week.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's the update. Goodbye.
Have we beaten that to death yet?
I don't know. Christmas bells.
God.
Did you actually the first time we did it? Did you take the bell, or maybe the second time? Did you take the bells from? It sounded to me like the bells from. Oh no, the first time you did Monty Python, I think. But the second one to me sounded like the beginning of It's a Wonderful Life.
No.
Oh, okay. We'll use those this week. Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Okay. Ah. Whew. Oh boy.
Yeah.